Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our second session or staying with us. If you were with us in our first session, our second session is more for our 11th and 12th graders, for some of our older students who have started taking dual enrollment. And we are going to go through a little bit about what next steps are. Ms. Thompson, did you want to go ahead and just start with sharing information on, if you haven't taken or you haven't applied for TCC?
So if this is your first time taking a dual enrollment class, you will need to apply to TCC. So that will be your first step. You need to become a TCC student. And I will post the link in the chat box for you that will take you to TCC's website and some information to their helpline, need help. But you do need to apply. So if this is your first time taking a D class next year or even this summer, you need to complete the DE or the TCC application. And then after that, there's a dual enrollment application that you also need to fill out to indicate which classes you're going to be signing up for. So it's very important that you do that because you need to apply TCC student and receive SIS number, which is your TCC ID number. So I will put that information in the chat.
Yeah, so some of you out there, maybe you're a 12th grader and you've never taken a dual enrollment, but you're going to take dual enrollment English next year. So that would be, you would need to make sure you go through this process. And so talking about our older students, we do have our panelists here with us from Tidewater Community College with us this evening, who are going to kind of take us through the process. First, we have Dean Nancy Prather Johnson, who's the Dean of the Business School at TCC.
Hi, everyone, and welcome.
And then we also have Vicki Britt, who is our dual enrollment manager here at TCC.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
And we have our lovely Michelle Barnes, who is going to kind of take us through this session, who is our on-campus student advisor and student support at TCC.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome and congratulations to the seniors.
And with that, so we are going to go ahead and get started. So Ms. Barnes, what would you like for us to pull up, or do you want to? You're muted.
I thought I unmuted myself. I'm sorry. I will share my screen. All right. Good evening, seniors. I know I'm talking to junior and seniors, those seniors that are close to graduation, and this is your final year with the dual enrollment program and you're ready to graduate. There is a commencement ceremony that's virtual. You can submit your information and to be a part of it. So I have sent the link to Ms. Thompson, and she'll put it in the chat for you to do the commencement. And then also you want to request for your transcripts. You need to request for your transcripts for those juniors who are applying for their colleges in the beginning of their senior year. You want to request it in the fall, an official transcript from Tidewater Community College, as well as your high school transcript. Then you also would like to include one at the end when you graduate from high school in your senior year, when your degree from Tidewater Community College has been posted to your academic record. So you're going to request 2 transcripts, one to go with your application for college, and then one at the end, at the completion of your degree, you want to make sure you submit that final transcript. And commencement is the deadline for the seniors to submit their photos or video is going to be on March the 26th. So that's next week. We want to make sure that you submit your upcoming photos as a senior graduating from Tidewater Community College in the program. Many of you maybe have taken AP scores or plan to take AP scores. It's important that you request those college transcripts from College Board. You should request them as soon as you complete your AP exams and have your scores posted. So those exams are going to come in from College Board to Tidewater Community College. It will say Tidewater Community College Norfolk campus. That is, we are one institution, so you should select the Tidewater Community College Norfolk campus and go ahead and have your AP scores set. The AP scores will be evaluated once you complete the evaluation form. So you want to submit a request for an evaluation form, which will always also be included in the chat. The form will allow Tidewater Community College the permission to evaluate your credits from Tidewater Community College. So if it says, is this your first semester? Are you taking classes? Yes, you always say yes, and then complete, and it will ask you where your credits are coming from. It's coming from College Board for advanced placement. So you definitely want to include that information. And again, to transfer your credits from Tidewater Community College, you want to transfer using the transfer link. You can do it electronically, or if you want a printed copy, you may receive a printed copy. The first one is only $2.50. The second one is $5.50. Transfer, when you're thinking about transfer, many students think transfer means that you are going to be guaranteed admitted as a dual enrollment student. Dual enrollment students are not guaranteed to be admitted into the college environment with guaranteed admissions. You can transfer credits or you can transfer a degree. So what's the difference between transferring with guaranteed admissions? Guaranteed admissions for students who have not experienced any dual enrollment courses at all in the or coming out with dual enrollment credit. They're freshmen in college, starting with Tidewater Community College from the beginning, and they transfer and submit an articulation agreement for guaranteed admissions. As a transfer student, you're transferring your associate's degree into your four-year school, whether it's private, state. You are transferring those credits there and receiving credits for the courses that you have completed. I do recommend that you take a transcript with you when you're talking to the colleges that you wish to be admitted in, to make sure they're looking at your transcripts, aligning those courses with the courses that you would take at their institution. Any questions about transfer before I move on? I can't see.
Nothing's in the chat box.
Okay. So it is important that you, again, visit your colleges, take your transcript with you, align your high school curriculum as well as your college curriculum for that transfer school. We will work with you in the process of completing the coursework from Tidewater Community College, and how you align that coursework at the four-year school is really going to be up to that four-year school when you're looking to transfer. Dr. Britt, did you want to add anything about dual enrollment?
No, ma'am, I think they just about know it all, because these are our returning students, correct?
For the most part,
Mhm.
we have some who may have maybe just taking English with us. So, but we went over, I mean, you need to all make sure you apply through TCC if you haven't, and complete the dual enrollment application so that we have that information, even if you're
Yes,
just
and if
taking
Miss-
English.
And if Ms. Timlin or Ms. Thompson comes to you or requests some additional documentation, please be sure to submit that documentation so that we can get those to our enrollment office so that we can get you in classes. Because that documentation is going to be very important, especially if you decide that you're going to take further classes with TCC.
And often students ask, do they have to finish their degree? No, we welcome you to finish their degree and we encourage it, but it is not a requirement. Of course, the best thing for transfer credits, to get the most of your transfer credits, is to package it with a degree, because colleges can accept the degree and they generally don't take away from your general education requirements. They can add courses, but they generally do not take away from the associate's degree completed.
And we realize out there we may have a variety of students. Some of you may will finish the degree here this spring, but some of you may be just like 1 or 2 classes short. And so, if they are, graduating from high school and they maybe need 1 or 2 classes to finish that associate's in business administration, what would you recommend that they do, Ms. Barnes?
I recommend that you get in contact with me right away. And generally, I will, when I do that graduation review with you, I am going to tell you you're 2 courses shy of completing your degree, and encourage you to try to complete that degree upon transferring. So you can take it in that summer semester, or you may be able to take additional courses after school and take courses and complete still with your class. We will allow you to participate in the ceremony since you are so close to graduation, but we do want you to complete that degree. That's a good question.
We may have some of you out there who maybe haven't really taken very much dual enrollment, but maybe TCC is your next step after high school.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you've already applied, you can, who should they reach out to if they maybe are starting, maybe they've got 2 or 3 classes?
I didn't hear you, Mr. Willett. You went out.
If they've started like 2 or 3 classes and maybe TCC is their next step after high school, what do they do next?
Then you're still your current student. Once you apply as a student where you're dual enrollment, your next step is to change your curriculum to the curriculum that you want to pursue. So you'll reach out to advising, whether you reach out to me or someone on my staff, and then we will get you connected and changed and advised on the program that you wish to pursue. So you still can come in. If you've taken 1 or 2 credits as a dual enrollment student, you still can pursue the college associate's degree and apply those credits for transfer as well. Whether it's in another area, general studies, we have many students who are undecided on a major and come in under general studies to complete their degree, and then they transfer to a 4-year institution. We have students that are looking to be education majors. There's an education focus. So there's other options if business is not the way you would like to pursue. And if you are in the business program and you're really close to graduating, I really encourage you to take advantage of the business courses and definitely take advantage of the discounted cost of the tuition and get enrolled into those courses as soon as possible.
I would like to add also that we do have a business administration as well as a general education associate's degree, associates in science in an accelerated way. So that means for those of you who are graduating and you might have only completed 2 or 3 of the courses, realize that you could benefit from the accelerated degree program potentially in completing your degree in 1 year. Again, I would recommend you speak with an advisor to get more information and just kind of look at your personal or your particular advising report.
Thanks, Dean. That was a good point to bring up. So, we are here this evening just to answer any questions and we shared some basic information about what's next. We do know we have folks in the audience. If there are any specific questions that you guys have, you can put them in the chat or you can feel free to unmute and ask a question. We have a wonderful panel here tonight of experts here to help you navigate Tidewater Community College and what's next after high school.
Hey, I have a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, who is that? I can't hear you very well.
This is Julius.
Oh, hey, Julius.
Hey, I'm going through my Chromebook, so the audio is probably a little messed up. But so I'm a junior, and I'm planning on pursuing the associate's degree. But I missed a class last summer. When it comes to the summer classes, I think it was ethics or something. So I was wondering if there was an opportunity to take that class this summer coming up, along with other ones I need to take, or if that would be something that I would need to do separately from the school and pay by myself, or what the options would be for that.
I think I heard him, but did he want to take ethics class?
Yeah, he wants to take ethics this summer. We have always limited, and that's been in partnership with TCC. We've limited our students to taking no more than 2 classes in the summer because we didn't want to overload them. So that started with our counterparts a long time ago and some things that we've done. But Julius, that's something we can certainly look at to see if we can fit it into your schedule. And if if you're able to take it and you're able to do that alongside the other courses and do well in them, then that's certainly something that we can do, that we can look at doing for you this summer.
And are you a rising senior for 2022?
Yeah.
Julius? Okay. I don't know if they will allow this, but we have a mini session that if the school approves, and you can take a mini session that goes over the holiday, like November holiday break. It's like a 3-week fast crush course. I don't know if that will be approved, but that's something that you can do as well if you can get it approved through your school.
That would be approved through us. I think the difference is it would not be something that we would be able to cover in terms of the cost.
Right.
So that's kind of what they ask when they ask questions. Sometimes they're loaded questions like, if I do this, will you still pay for it, Ms. Swan? Yeah, so we can try and fit it in this summer. If nothing else, Julius, you're 1 course short, and so you may have to look at paying for that 1 course that you need at a reduced rate. I believe we can still offer the reduced rate and get you in that class. But we can try to see if we can fit it in and let you take 3 and ask for approval from Dean Prather Johnson.
I'm sorry, Miss Himlet. What was that comment?
Better to ask than not ask. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will say too that, and this is just from my point of view, I'm trying to think way back when I was a student, high school student, but I know that summer is kind of a fun time, but and that's up to the high school as well. I would think, but it seemed like it would be better to do that in the summertime as opposed to in between sessions. But again, in terms of cost factor and who's paying and who's not, that I have no idea about. But but yeah, if you can get it in the summer, that would be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions out there from the audience?
Somebody asked about when will they sign up for the summer classes? So
summer, we're hoping to have a summer schedule to you when we get back from spring break. So it would be, if it's available, it will come out in the updates. I believe that would be April 12th, maybe on that Monday. April 12th. That's when I hope to have it. If it is not ready, then it would come out subsequent weeks. But it's always a quick turnaround for summer, but Ms. Thompson did a great job of tracking the students and who want summer courses this summer. So we will be targeting our information directly to you guys so that you cannot miss summer registration this summer. If you miss it, then I feel like you must never check an email.
but for now, just make sure your child has either already applied and is a current TCC student, or you complete that process right now so that they have an SIS number and you're ready to sign up for those classes as soon as we have the schedule available for you to pick which classes they want to take.
I do want to put something out there, and that is for those of you who are seniors who will not be graduating with, you haven't completed the entire associate's program, and you will not be graduating with your associates, but you did want to get started with your college courses, and may even want to get started prior to starting your 4-year schools, realize that we have a number of scholarships, and I know that Vicki can speak to this as well. We have a number of scholarships for our high school students who are just graduating high school and starting their college courses. So again, I would reach out to both an enrollment as well as your advisors, so they can they can help you navigate funding that's out there. So that may potentially pay for your courses. So, definitely look into that. I think that's well worth it.
Okay. If there are any other questions out there, we're happy to take them. Otherwise, certainly reach out to myself and Ms. Thompson, and we can connect you with any of our counterparts at TCC at any point in time to help you guys navigate next steps. So I see a question about internships. That's a question for that's academy specific. So we will direct that one towards Ms. Rutsis and follow up with that at another time. That's not TCC dual enrollment related right now. Anything else for our folks at TCC or on your next steps?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah, hey Raul.
So next year I might consider taking a dual enrollment course, but I've never done one with TCC. So I would apply to TCC first and then do the dual enrollment application and commitment form.
Yep, exactly.
That is
Raul,
correct.
you got it.
Okay, so it's just that I would have to do.
Yes, sir.
And then
Yeah.
what's the due date on the application and all that?
There's not necessarily a due date. We tried to put a deadline of April 15th, just so we can try and collect SIS numbers from new students.
Okay.
But
So
you essentially, before we can actually enroll you in the course, you have to have applied to TCC. So there will come a day where if you try to, show up to school and take the class, if you haven't applied to TCC, you won't be able to take it. So just get it
Okay.
done rather than later.
So like when I change my schedule for that for next year, I should apply for all that stuff beforehand.
You can. Are you looking to make a schedule change for next year that Ms. Thompson
Yes,
doesn't
I
know
am.
about? Okay.
So
Okay.
you want to add a DE class that you're not currently signed up for?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Just send Ms. Thompson a message, and we can, she can get with you on looking at what you're going to add. But yeah, you can start that process now. You can start the TCC application. The dual enrollment application is specific to you taking a class. So we would want to make sure we can get you in the class you want to take.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Good question. Way to do a good recap too of the whole thing. You got it down, man. Any other questions out there before we sign off for the night? All right. Well, we really appreciate all of you joining us this evening. Thank you so much. Thanks to my friends at TCC for being with us here on a rainy Tuesday night. We really appreciate you. This shows, I hope you guys see, this shows their dedication to us and our students and making this partnership work. So thank you to Michelle, Vicki, and Nancy for all you do to help our students here at the Entrepreneurship and Business Academy. And thanks to Ms. Thompson, their dedicated school counselor who does great work. So as they have scheduling issues, please let her know. So that ends our session for tonight. Please reach out to us for any further question that you guys have. Otherwise, we'll see you hopefully face-to-face sometime soon. Have a good night.
Thank you both as well. Have a good night.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Megan and Victoria. Wonderful
Thank
session.
you.
Thank you,
Yes.
Ms. Barnes. Wonderful session.
Great
Thank
job.
you all.
Thank you.
Yes, great job. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.